Hello there guys, Xeno here. Today I've got a small replay to show you, and it's Raidraptors versus the Light Swans, okay? So, for those of you who don't know about the Raidraptor archetype, they're basically a bunch of dark, level 4 winged beast monsters that basically are made to Xyz summon. Okay, so here I'm playing Raidraptors, and as you can see my opponent is playing Light Swans, so we'll let the replay go. They went first. Basic standard Light Swan plays. Now, of course, I obviously knew he was playing Light Swans from this point, and so what a Light Swan set, they only ever set Raikou. So, for those of you who don't know the Raidraptor archetype, they work a bit like this. So, this is Tribute Lanius, and he allows you to send one to the graveyard, a Raidraptor monster that is, to the graveyard if he is normal summoned that turn. So, I use his effect to send this card here, which is called Fuzzy Lanius. When it's sent to the graveyard, Fuzzy Lanius allows you to add another copy of itself to your hand. And then its second effect, as shown here, is it can special summon itself if you control another Raidraptor. Now, obviously, I knew that he was going to have set a Raikou, because Light Swan set nothing else other than Raikou, so I attack into it anyway. And here he makes what I would call a questionable play. He, for some reason, destroys my Fuzzy Lanius instead of my Tribute Lanius, but I don't know what he was thinking, but personally that's not what I would have done. So set to back row and let him go. So he goes, plays Lumina, uses Lumina effect to bring back Lila, activates Lila's effect, targets Raidraptor Readiness. Now obviously I chain this, so that my Raidraptor monsters can't be destroyed by battle. This also comes in useful later on in the duel, but you'll see that and I'll explain it when it comes to it. So, draw of turn, summon another tribute, and this time I send a card called Mimicry Lanius. I've already been through 2 of my Fuzzy Laniuses, so even if I send another Fuzzy Lanius to grave, I'm not going to get the search because there's nothing in the deck to search. By sending instead, it allows you to search for any Raidraptor monster by banishing it from the graveyard. Now, here I banish it to search out this card here, Vanishing Lanius, which I believe to be quite possibly the second best card in the entire Raidraptor archetype, simply because it allows you to keep on special summoning Raidraptors over and over again. You get 3 of these, you've immediately got 3 level 4s on board. But anyway, so Allure of Darkness here, simply for the draw power, trying to dig further into my deck, and I drew Raidraptor Nest, and another Vanishing Lanius. Had to banish one of the Vanishing Laniuses for obvious reasons, otherwise I would have lost my entire hand. So, Raidraptor's Nest, if you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can add 1 to hand. So it seems like I'm getting a lot of free advantage here, but as you see, eventually he starts to pull everything back and it all goes wrong. So there he's used Honest, destroyed one of mine, and that search I got at the end is due to Tribute Lanius's effect, which allows you to, if it destroys a monster by battle, during main phase 2, you can add a quick play rank up magic from your deck to your hand, which is quite useful, especially in this archetype. Because this archetype really works off just going through the rank up Xyz, and it goes up and up and up until eventually you get to the Raidraptor's final boss monster, which you'll see in this duel. Anyway, what's just happened is he's used Lila to pop my Icarus attack, and I didn't see the point in activating Icarus attack. It would have meant I'd lost Tribute Lanius, and also I have a second Icarus attack, and currently he doesn't have a play. So he banishes Eclipse Wyvern for Black Dragon, and because Eclipse Wyvern activates, it allows him to add JD. So here he just starts to explode, creating Michael, and then he goes into Mistworm. Now here, I know I'm going to end up with an empty field. He summoned Mistworm. For those of you who don't know what Mistworm does, it returns 3 cards to your hand. So he's obviously going to target my 2 monsters, my monster and my spell, return them to hand, leaving me with a completely empty board. Now before, I told you that this card was going to come in useful again, Raidraptor Readiness. Now by banishing this from my graveyard, when I can have another Raidraptor card in my graveyard, I can negate all damage that I take this turn. So obviously chain list, it stops him from being able to OTK me, which is what he goes off to do here. So he summon, and he attacks through. not doing any damage because of the Raidraptor readiness. Now, it's the fact that all of his monsters are special summoned that allows this to happen here. So, Vanishing Lanius, when it's no more specialed, allows me to special summon another level 4 Raidraptor monster. So, summon out another one, overlay, get a search off. Now, this card here is the MVP of this deck, in my opinion anyway. So, it allows you to rank up one that has the same type and the same attribute as the monster that you're going to rank up. So in this case it would be a Dark Wing Beast type. So I activate this and take it into Revolution Falcon. Now Revolution Falcon, if it attacks a special summoned monster that your opponent controls, it reduces the attack and defense of that monster to 0. So basically, any monster I attack on his board, or if he attacks into me, the attack and defense are going to go to 0. It has a second effect that I can detach an Xyz material, and it can attack all monsters my opponent controls once each. So here I activate that effect, so now I can attack them all. I attack in, because they're all special summoned, it reduces it to 0, and obviously activates the effect, but it's not quite enough, and I'm able to get through and win the game. So this is the Raidraptor archetype. I hope you guys liked the video. If you want a deck profile, feel free to hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the box below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.